Hello and welcome to another R tutorial video. Today we are going to go over how RStudio works, the functions of the four windows, installing and loading libraries, and setting a working directory. Let's get started. Now to be able to use RStudio, you need to have R already installed. RStudio allows you to interact with R software to create your own R script. And the R script you make within RStudio, if made properly, can be easily reproduced by, say, a colleague or even remade by yourself at a later time using the exact same data set and analysis. And because of this, we say that RStudio is good for reproducibility. This is how my RStudio looks. Notice the four different panes. You can change the appearance at any time by going to Tools, Global Options, Appearance, and then selecting which editor theme you want. Let's go ahead and pick Solarized Light. Hit OK. Looks good. RStudio is an IDE or integrated development environment for working with R. If you need to install either of these, you can give the previous video a watch where I explain how to do just that. Now we can open different files on the computer here, write code, and make and generate plots and graphs. The four panes include the source on the top left, the R console on the bottom left, your environment history on the top right, and then files, plots, packages, help, and viewer on the bottom right. The source pane is for writing your code. Only after pressing run will the code be evaluated. The R console is where the evaluation of the code occurs. Here you could see if you used the correct code, and if you didn't, then an error message will appear. The environment history is for viewing objects in your working space or environment, and it also allows you to view the history of commands previously used. And the last pane is for viewing file directories, viewing plots and graphs, seeing the different packages you have, and then also this R help access. If you wanted to change the order or the position of any of these panes, you can do that by going to Tools, Global Options. We'd go to Pane Layout, and then say you want console on the top left and source on the bottom left. You just go ahead and change that and hit apply, and then the order will switch. Okay. One of the first things you'll want to do in RStudio is set a working directory. A working directory lets R know where to look for files and where to save files if you export any. How do you do this? Well, I'll show you. First, go to File, New Project, New Directory, New Project, and then for directory name, name it something like, we'll name it something like RStart. And then we're going to create the project as a subdirectory of the desktop. Create. And then you can see that it did work. You can press a new folder underneath files on the bottom right to make a new folder and name it data inside the newly created working directory. To open a new file, press Shift plus Command plus N, which is a shortcut to open a new file. Then save the file by clicking this hard drive, and we can name it, say, R start script.r. And yes, we'll save it here under RStart. Very good. And if you ever want to check which working directory that R is in, type into the source get wd working directory, and then run. And then here in the R console, you see that the user is Joel Martin and it's R start, the working directory. Next, we will be installing and loading libraries. The library is a directory for sorting different packages, and packages are data, R functions, and compiled data in an easy to use format. Since R is open source, anyone can write new commands and make them available to others in packages. You have to install each package once, but you must load it every time you wish to use this package in R. You can view your packages here. Upon installation, there are already a variety of packages included with RStudio, and those missing can be downloaded and installed. So in the source, I'm going to type in the function install .packages, and then we'll do fortunes. Now, notice I didn't put quotation marks and I try to run. It says error in install packages in the R console. So just make sure all of your code is correct. Run again. And here we see fortunes under our packages. Only after successful installation can we load in the new package by typing library fortunes. And there we just loaded in the library fortunes. The $sign is used in R to refer to a specific column in your dataset. Listing the name of the dataset followed by $sign and the name of the column will give you information found in the column of your choice. In my case, I have named the dataset data, and if I need information about the generation column, I type the code data $sign generation. A list of columns is selectable after the $sign symbol is added. The left pointing arrow is for assigning a value to a variable. For instance, say you wanted A to be represented by the number 1. All you need to do is put A to the left of the arrow and 1 to the other end. The code produced looks like A arrow 1. Now running the code for A will produce the value of 1, which we assigned it. This symbol can also be used to rename datasets. The last topic I want to touch on involves the help menu in RStudio. Typing question mark followed by a function such as set working directory will open our help. The description of the function, as well as the correct usage and other details, will be available upon running the code in the source pane. If you are confused about how a function works, use the question mark followed by the function in question. Question mark set working directory will help with setting working directory if you're still having trouble. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.